My voice is absolutely shot. Like, my throat hurts more than I've ever hurt before. I screamed louder in this last game than I've ever screamed in a game. Listen, right? Before I get into this tweet, the crazy thing about this game today, we were one good hold on a snap away from winning. And I know everyone's going to trash us, and I know a lot of fans are upset, and they should be. Because how that game ended was absolutely just awful. But it's crazy to say this, but if Ryan held that snap better and he got that ball good, that ball good, and we kicked the game-winning field goal, we wouldn't be having any of these conversations. And I know Joe said that right now we're not a championship team, whatever, And listen, with our defense, we're definitely, having a lot of struggles right now. I think offensively we're a championship team. But it's crazy to think, if he holds that snap correctly, Joe would have never said we're not a championship team. No one would have said we're not a championship team. We would have been considered a championship team, and everyone would have said we're a championship team. We would have strunted like we're a championship team, and it would have been like, oh my God, the Bengals, beat the Baltimore Ravens, and it had a great game. But because, again, we had a bad snap, and that really, you think about it, we get a good snap there, Muddy Mack makes that field goal. The whole scenario is changed. Joe going in there saying, hey, listen, we win. We won in the end. We did what we had to do to win. It's just crazy to say, at the end of the day, how one single bad snap changes this whole day and this whole narrative. It really is honestly that crazy. We have a good snap, we're 2-3. We just beat the Baltimore Ravens, and we figured out a way to win in the end. We have a bad snap, now everything else is being exposed. So Carlos Dunlap, former Cincinnati Bengal, said watching that was frustrating though. I'll just leave it at that. I'm sorry, Bengals fan, it's my fault. I should have told you the real story. Maybe I'll put it in a book or something. Now, of course, what he's talking about is, we don't know exactly every detail, but we know that when he left us, when he went and left us and went to another team, and went to a couple other teams, I think that's what he's saying is like he left us for a reason. He left us because of something. And maybe that something has to do with a interior problem with the coaching staff. Maybe it's an interior problem with Lou Anarumo. Maybe it's like an interior problem with something when it comes to our team. And it's one of those situations where I hate when players are vague like this. Because I feel like if you got something going on, if there's something that you felt like the team did you wrong or the team didn't do you right in this category, just speak up. If you're going to say this, don't leave it up to questions. Say something and, go through the whole process. Tell us what happened. Because all you're going to do is create speculation, create distrust in the organization, and cause a bunch of problems. And again, like I said, this could be as little as, you feel like this team doesn't have the winning mentality on defense, right? Maybe it's that. Maybe it's something else. If it's something deep, like I hate when players do this. If you have the story, tell us the story. And he's like, well, maybe I'll write a book about it. Like, tell us what it is. I don't know. It's just freaking frustrating. That's what fans are really saying down below, really, in all honesty. All fans are like, he's effing with everyone, relax. Or he's just behind the scene that no one has the balls to talk about. Well, first off, if he had the balls to talk about it, he would talk about it. He's not talking about it. This is not talking about it. All he's doing here is starting drama. Because there isn't anything to talk about here. What he's saying is that, I should have told you. Well, then tell us. What is going on? What is the situation that you know of that we don't know of? Like, it is so crazy today, man. Our first half defense was so good. And if they would have, it's like, the Ravens adjust. I think here's what I think its problem is. The Ravens adjusted in the second half, and we didn't. There is a problem with us making adjustments. There's a problem with us taking we are so, for some reason, I'm realizing this more and more every single week. We are so hell-bent on, we get in a system, we get in a philosophy during the game, and we stick into that same philosophy the whole entire game. And if a team adjusts and they get better and they figure out a way to get around what we're doing, we just stay in that philosophy and we do not change. It's like, the stubborn nature of the Bengals. That's what we do. We keep that stubborn nature throughout the whole entire game. We start a game off, something is working, or not even something working. We have philosophy how we're going to go about it. We're getting cooked alive. We're getting destroyed. We don't make adjustments. And it's so weird. We used to be a team that would make adjustments, fix things. We don't do that anymore. It's like we have a game plan going in, and we stick to that game plan through thick and thin. We could be getting absolutely booty butt tapped. Well, we're going to keep to that game plan. And when the team that we're playing against makes adjustments and figures things out and changes things up, we say, nope, we're not changing things up. We're going to keep to that game plan. And I mean, that is a losing mentality. That is 100% in every circumstance possible a losing mentality. And we don't change. We just keep it. It's like, you know what? If we pretty much go with we double down strategy. We say, you know what? If this is going to lose us the game by us not making adjustments, so be it. We have a game plan and we're sticking to it. And that game plan loses. Again, we're not a championship team, not right now. Our offense is a championship team. Our defense is not. That's what it comes down to. And the fact that our first half defense was a championship team, a safety 3 punts, playing great football. Second half we collapsed. That's a coaching problem. I love Lou. I really do. But for whatever reason, that second half, you got to make adjustments, man. Your defense is playing really great football. I know exactly why 1-4. Definitely not disbelief. We're not making plays at the end of the games to go and win it. Definitely not disbelief. I know what's happened. Yeah, I think, man, it's says the Bengals won't let the season get away. I don't think they will. Says he still believes in the team, just not finishing games. Adds he's not dumb enough to quit on the season after 5 games. Well, obviously, yeah, we're not going to quit on the season after 5 games. Well, I mean, some fans were, but I don't think anyone should. Especially not with this offense. I mean, if we had our typical last couple years piss poor offense, I'd say, okay, and we had that defense, yeah, no, we're doing nothing. But the fact that, again, we have the defense we have, offense we have, and we saw very good promises with the first half defense. It's one of those situations where I know, I don't know who posted it, but someone posted about the fact that they talked to Zac Taylor about that final play, or that final drive, the final 3 run plays before the field goal. And apparently the first play was supposed to be a pass play that was changed to a run play. And apparently, I guess Joe changed it to a run play. It was supposed to be a pass play. See, this is the problem, right? Zach keeps preaching about accountability. Accountability, right? Yeah, I mean, for God's sake, the guy can tattoo it on the forehead for how much he says it. I don't think Zac Taylor needs to be fired. I think Zac Taylor needs a reality check. I think he needs to start preaching. He needs to start living some of the things he's preaching. Okay, that's number 1. Today's destruction at the end of the game, right? From a defense point of view, the fault of that goes fully on Lou Anarumo. Lou Anarumo, second half, did not make adjustments, and he failed us. That second half failure was Lou Anarumo's fault. That second half interception right? That obviously Jamar Chase came out and said that he just ran the route incorrectly, and that's why it was the interception. So we're gonna put that on Chase. Chase took accountability. That's on Chase. For the last 3 plays, right? The 3 runs and then the field goal. Zach, don't be don't be a child here, man. Take accountability. That's on you. You are the offensive play caller. That's on you, Zach. Okay, that's on you, buddy. But again, like I said, outside of that, I think here's what I'll say, right? The problem with Zach is a play caller, because today was a great game. The man does not have the cojones when he is in a pressure situation to put the foot on the neck and just go for it. And I don't mean go for it as in 4th down. I mean, you see before the end of the game, right? We get the ball back for the end of the game. We have 3 timeouts, 2 minutes left. We just call shoop plays. Back to back to back awful plays. You don't have the cojones to call a unique play there and get down the field and make a play. You got, again, 3 runs before you kick a field goal. You don't got the cojones to go out there and call some unique plays and try to make a play there. That's my only issue with Zac Taylor offensive play calling. He doesn't have the cojones that sometimes is needed, that you just got to do it, man. You just got to call that play. You just got to make that decision. And I feel like he's so scared of being blamed and so scared of it going wrong for him that is the problem. You as an offensive play caller, and we're not looking as a coach, we're looking at an offensive play caller, you got to have the balls sometimes to just say, you know what, I think this is going to work, and you go for it. And if it doesn't work, you say, that's on me. I effed up. But you at least go take the shot, take the chance. He's so conservative when it comes to certain aspects. We could be up. If we're up, it's almost like a point, I feel like in most games. This game, we had key points. Again, and that's why we lost, is that we are up, but we feel like we're just trying to maintain something. We're scared to mess up. We're scared to have a problem happen. Instead of just saying, you know what, we're up and we're going to put the kill shot here. We got the foot on the neck. We're going to just stomp down and we're going to finish this. We're not going to let something happen. And I feel like we just kind of just, again, continuously just, we're too scared to do that. We're too scared to finish what we started. And my biggest issue with Zach as a play caller is that. And I'm realizing this more and more every single week. And I know he said about not finishing games. I don't think he has the balls to call some plays. And that's my issue. I don't think he's an awful play caller. I think this year he's done a lot better than previous years. And I think on offense is a lot more efficient than any other year out there. But the problem is he'll call 85% of a game perfect. And then that 15%, the man just forgets his cojones and he just collapses. And that's the problem. You can't do that. You can't. When the world needed him most, he vanished because his cojones disappeared. And that's what separates Zac Taylor from a lot of these other coaches, where in the most key situations, most critical situations, they have the cojones to say, this is what I'm going to call, and this is how we're going to win. And yeah, there's a lot of times they do that, and they fail, and they lose, and they're embarrassed, and they're chewed out. But there's a lot of times they do it, and they win. And if you try to play the middle there and you try to play the conservative part, you're going to lose every single time. You got to play the part you preach, man. You got to go out there and be the guy you claim to be. Accountability, Zach. Accountability. So I don't think Zac Taylor should be fired. I don't think so. I think the problem on offense, the little problem we have, is he don't got the balls. Defensively, I think it's adjustments by Lou Anarumo. And I think we need to get more adjustments out there We need to go back to how we used to adjust. Nowadays, we're just so scared to not adjust. And I don't think, on defense, I don't think Lou is scared. I don't think he doesn't have the balls, like I said with Zac. I think Lou is stubborn. I think Lou is used to his defense being successful. He's a great defensive coordinator. He is. He's a great defensive mind. And I think he's so used to it working that he doesn't want to change. He doesn't want to accept something's not working. I think that's the problem with defense coordinator. And I think we need to get your ego, check your ego at the door, right? They say check your ego at the door. That's the problem. Check your ego at the door. We can't have that crap, okay? Because you're going to lose that game. You're going to lose every single time. I know during the stream, everyone said fire Zac. And I don't think we should fire Zac. Looking at more, I don't think we should fire Lou. But if you did fire anyone, and I never would want to fire Lou Anarumo, but if you did fire someone and you replace them with Bill Belichick on defense, I would never, ever, ever want that to happen. But Bill Belichick would probably take our defense right now, especially with all the adjustments he loves to make throughout the games, and probably make our defense a top 5 defense. I would hate for that to happen, to lose Lou. But at the same time, Bill Belichick would probably make it so that we're the best team in football. But I'm just saying, if that randomly did happen, I would be very upset to lose Lou, but Bill Belichick would also make us the best team in football. I think the unit we have out there, Bill Belichick could make a top 10 unit. 100%. With his skill on calling defense, I think he could make our defense a top 10 unit. Especially now with all of our guys back. That's the problem. That's the problem.